To be successful at Thai boxing, I think the most important thing is you have to want to do it. If it's something that you're doing as a hobby and then you turn it into a career, then fantastic. But if you just go in with the motions and still going out drinking, partying, doing this, that and the other, you're never going to take that next step up to be like a top level fighter. Even when I was not taking it seriously, I'd had like 25, 26 fights out and I wasn't really taking it seriously, like career wise. And I never said, oh, I'm going to be world champion, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be UK #1. I just did what I was doing and I enjoyed what I was doing. But when I had a fight, I trained solid and I trained hard. All my commitments were towards that one specific thing. I missed out on social gatherings, going out with my friends, things like that. And I think that's the difference. A lot of people will be like, oh yeah, I'm a Thai boxer. But you'll see them out there every weekend and they'll never really amount to much. It's only the ones that take it seriously and like really focus on it and stop everything that you have to stop to concentrate on that one thing. Train hard twice a day, eat right, no drinking. I was working full time at one point and I just couldn't be bothered going to the gym, and I still kept fighting, and that's when I had a run of like 3 losses. The fire just totally went, so I had some time off, like 6-7 months, and I retired. And then I went to a show and that was it. As soon as I went to a show again 6 months later, I was like, I've got a lot left in me yet. And the fire sort of came back. I started training again. I left the job, I left the job I was in, started training full time again, had a fight back, won by knockout, had another fight, won by knockout, and then that was it. Then I started getting back on it and training hard again, and it's been fantastic ever since. That's where I've had my biggest fights. I guess it's just commitment. Everything you do, no matter what sport it is, you've got to be committed. For 15 minutes while I'm in the ring, there's only one thing on my mind, and that's beating whoever's stood in front of me. I don't care about what's going on in the crowd. I don't even hear what's going on. I hear Richard's voice, I hear my cornerman's voice, Liam's voice, and that's what I listen to. I don't care what his corner's saying, I don't care what anyone else is, I don't care about anything else that's going on. All I care about is what you're throwing at me and what I'm trying to hit you with, and that's my sole aim for 15 minutes. If it lapses or you lose concentration and you start making silly mistakes, that's when you lose fights. I had a bad spell of it a couple of years ago. I sat down and had a long, hard think about it, thinking to myself, am I really cut out for this anymore? Am I too old now? Had a chat with a few people, one person in particular being Vinny Shawman, who's been with me through quite a lot. He's been my mind coach before, and we just had a chat. And you know, it's just one of those things. People make mistakes, whether it's in your regular everyday life, in your job or anything else. People do make mistakes, it's part of human nature, and I made a couple of mistakes and I vowed never to make those crazy mistakes in the ring again. And since then, touch wood, I've come back and had 3 blistering performances, and I've fought probably the best I have in my career, so I'm not a young kid anymore, and I know that at one time I have to call it a day and hang up the gloves. And having the gym here and being able to teach my guys, and I owe massive amounts to Yogi for trusting in me to come and run the gym for him. It's good to have some stability, and it's good to, after all the hard work I've put into the sport, training every day, quitting jobs to train full time, it's good to finally get something back from it and like have a steady, regular income coming in from doing something I love. So I can't really do any better than that.
Superb.
Absolutely superb.
What an absolute superb performance by Howson. 2 absolute beautiful performances from Harrison and a wonderful performance from Howson. Because Aaron O'Callaghan, let me tell you, Dylan Salvador, brilliant fighter. Aaron O'Callaghan, brilliant fighter. And these 2 are absolutely on form tonight. What a great show this main event has been. Brilliant, brilliant performance by Howson.